Alright folks, welcome back to the channel. Don't forget, if you're not already subscribed, hit the sub button, to leave like the video, comment down below if you have any questions. So what are we doing today? Well, obviously behind me we have the mower on. We're heading to drop some grass. Going to mower silage. We're about a week behind where we'd like to be with it. We'd like to have cut it around a week ago, but unfortunately the weather just was not playing ball with us, and yeah, we had rain all last week, more or less every day. We had quite a bit of rain even over the weekend, which didn't help the situation either, and we were hoping to actually be lifting it today rather than just mowing it, but the forecast was kind of wrong. It rained on Saturday, rained Saturday night, rained actually till Sunday morning around 10:30, 11 o'clock before it started to dry up a little bit. Great rain yesterday, yesterday afternoon, and now today Monday again. A couple of little mists of rain earlier, but the grass is dry. We're then just checking it earlier on, it's all dry. We're going to mow it now. We'll try and maybe, don't know if we'll lift any of it this evening, probably lift it tomorrow, see how we get on. So hopefully we'll get it done. We haven't as much going in anyway in the second cut. We're just going to cut about 25 acres roughly, and yeah, we'll see how we get on. So right, let's get the mower, going to just extend her out, get mowing, and Jerry Senior will be down with us in a while. He's going to come down with the mounted mower, and we should get through this fairly quickly, I hope. Anyway, let's get going. So we're a little over halfway through this first field and making some very nice headway. As usual, I am gripping over now onto the rows created by Dad, who's just driving in front. The crop itself, not the heaviest second cut crop we've ever had, which is what we kind of expected, because very little rain over the last 6 weeks, 7 weeks, you know, so we didn't expect it to be a record-breaking crop. Some of it is quite, has got quite a good stem on it, but there is plenty of leafy grass in the bottom, so I would imagine it should still make some quite nice stuff. Weather-wise, let me just get in here, it's quite tight here on this side. Weather-wise, it is holding off just about. A couple of drops of rain on the window again a few minutes ago, but yeah, overall it is holding off fairly well. Yeah, so we should be finished this field another 40 minutes, I think should finish. We're over halfway through it, so about 40 minutes should finish us off in this field, and we can get moved on into the next field. I'll try and get a little bit of drone footage. I'm not sure how much battery I have in the drone. It didn't charge this number of days, but I'll get a bit of drone footage in the next field and see, yeah, we'll see, just see how that goes. We have been joined with some seagull friends. They're here trying to hoover up any worms that they can find, which is fairly normal. But yeah, so far so good. Well, it's quite satisfying when it turns out like that. Beautiful. Alright, so field number 1 done and dusted. Didn't take that awfully long with the 2 mowers. Yeah, mowed down really nicely. It's nice clean cut, and yeah, super to have that first field done and dusted, and it stayed dry. So on to field number 2. I have a funny feeling field number 2 is going to be a little bit heavier crop, so we'll see when we get there. Bonus on this here is really clean. I've seen a few docks through it, but overall really clean crop. So the bit of spraying earlier on this year has really paid off. Okay, so I'm going to just head over to the other field and see how we get on over there. So we're rattling through field number 2 here now nicely. As I suspected, this is slightly heavier crop than the previous field. The reason I expected it to be slightly heavier is that a lot of this field would be close to the river, and the other field is close to the river too, but this field would be damp up, would have retained more moisture, and in that dry spell if you have land that retains the moisture, it always seems to grow a little bit better and is less affected by a dry spell. But yeah, grass is probably a little bit like the other field, as in there's quite a bit of stem on some of it, but plenty of green as well. And yeah, it's a nice crop of standing grass. We'll just speed up here a little bit and get out of the way. We're just coming to the end of a section, so we don't want to run into each other. Jerry is waiting to get in, Jerry Senior. We don't want to stop him too long. But yeah, going well. We've a nice section of this field done. We're just coming into a shorter end of it now, and I'm going to put the drone up and get a little bit of footage of that and see how that all works out. Yeah, so a bit of drone footage coming now, and we'll come back. Alright, so that is field number 2 done and dusted. Not too bad, all mowed in, relatively dry. No, just that little bit of rain I mentioned earlier. Going to be heading back to the yard now. We've a couple of things to do in the yard. One of them is hooking on the harvester. Okay, so it's the next morning. Got the harvester hooked on and everything sorted last night. Didn't take much footage of it because just under a bit of pressure just to try and get everything sorted and everything done and dusted. We had to put the jewels on the telehandler and all that kind of stuff. So quite a busy evening once we had the mowing finished. Done a little mizzle of rain overnight. Didn't really wet the ground. As I talk now I can feel droplets on my face. So it's just that kind of weather at the minute, and it's going to be like that I think over the next few days. Heavy rain coming towards the weekend, so it's a case of getting this done and dusted and out of the way. Harvester's working well. We've lifted there's 3 rows around the headlands, so, and we're just lifting the inside row along the ditch at the minute. It's actually working very well. Sometimes when grass is a little damp, it actually goes through the harvest up better than when it's really dry, so it just kind of lubricates it as it's going through. But yeah, little bit of dampness there when you feel it turning it over. Alright, so it's about an hour and a half later. We've got all the headlands are all fully lifted. Whole section of the field here is lifted as well. We've got about 4 rows here, and say once we've these 4 rows out of it, we should be halfway or a little bit over halfway. So we're going well. Happy enough with that. Just waiting here on trailers, doing 2 trailers drawn this time round. Kind of got spoilt in the first cut. We had 3 trailers drawn and really ripped through it fairly quickly. But this is a smaller pit, so 2 trailers maybe might be enough for it. It'll just give Dad, who's on the pit, a little bit more time to get rid of the grass. Again, a couple of more drops. I probably can't see it there. It's just actually happening at the minute. A few more drops on the window, but that's all forecast. Don't mind that. It's going to be like that all week. Heavier rain coming in at the weekend, so I think it's a good decision just to get this done, dusted, get it out of the way. There will be a little bit of seepage or runoff from it, but it's all part and parcel of it when it goes like this. Alright, so we're just finished off field number 1. Done and dusted. Nice clean job. Just pointing it out for the road. Yeah, it took about 4 hours, which isn't too bad considering there's only 2 trailers drawn from me. So yeah, obviously if it's another trailer I probably could have shaved close to an hour off that, maybe 45 minutes. But yeah, grand to have this done. On to field number 2.
I just realized I've built walls a mile high to protect my heart, but now I'm all alone, stuck on the inside. The heart doesn't need a castle, it needs a bridge. Been too scared that I unravel, brick by brick. I built these walls, now I know that I am strong. Just watch me tear them down. I'm gonna tear them down. If it couldn't break your heart, is it really love? If it can't tear you apart, is it really love? Just watch me march towards the battle. I'm gonna tear down this castle. I'm gonna tear down this castle. I'm gonna tear down this castle. Watch me march. If it couldn't break your heart, is it really love? If it can't tear you apart, is it really love? If it couldn't break your heart, is it really love? If it can't tear you apart, is it really love? I criticized myself for trusting lies. Couldn't break your heart. Is it really love? Fake can't tear you apart. Is it really love? Fake couldn't break your heart. Is it really love? Fake can't tear you apart. Is it really love?
Okay, so we're making good headway. We're about 2/3 of the way through field number 2. Got a little bit of drone footage, which you've just seen while I was here in field number 2. Had to land a drone because it's just way too windy for flying it, and it was a little bit on the iffy side at one stage. Just happy to get it landed and to get it back in the case. So that's all the drone footage, unfortunately, we're going to have here of the silage. But getting on well. You might have noticed a bit of an imposter in New Holland this time round. Our usual help for doing the silage was during holidays, so we got a new man in, Kieran. He's doing a super job, and he's lovely New Holland there. You can see it there in the video. I think it's a T6175. I think it is. I'll have to double check on that, but I'm not a Ford nut, so I don't know all the models, but it's a lovely looking tractor and doing a great job. The wind, even though it's not allowing us to get much drone footage, it is playing a bit of a crucial role, because whatever moisture that there was, whether it be from the bit of dew overnight or those couple of mists of rain that we had during the day, it has completely dried everything out. The pickup in the harvest is now bone dry as it's taken the grass in. So yeah, that's good on that end of it. But yeah, all going okay. No dramas, no issues, which is what you want when you're doing this job. Should be finished this field, I'd say, in about an hour, and a little bit more than an hour. I am having a little bit of wait time here in this field, but it's not too bad. I'd say about an hour and a half, we'll say, even to finish everything off. So yeah, all good. I'm going to set the camera up. We get a little bit of just coming into the shorter end of the short ground, if you like, or the smaller rows, a lot of turning, and I'm going to set up a bit of a time lapse just out the back window, get a bit of footage on that, fill a couple of trailers, and yeah, we'll see how we get on. We'll get a look at the pit then at the end. so it's the following evening. We got the silage finished, no dramas, no issues, which is what you want to see. Last year, second cut, we had plenty of bits of dramas, but no issues this year at all, which is fantastic. Covered the pit this morning. Yeah, made a nice job. We could do another couple of lorry tyres along here. We're probably missing about 4, 5, 6, probably about 6 or 7, just to finish it off. But it's all small tyres on the very top, and bags along the side, so it's nicely sealed. Yeah, 25 acres we put into it, plus we also mowed out another field which was for round bales. It wasn't part of the first cut, but we didn't want, well, we hadn't room to put it all in anyway, so we put 3 loads from that field into this, and I baled it up this evening then, so I got 35 more bales out of it as well, so I'll go towards the cows' feed in the winter time, because we feed them round bales. So yeah, overall good to get it all done. Huge bonus that it did stay dry then in the finish up, dried up very nicely. Couple of those drizzly showers in the morning time, but stayed nice and dry then after that. And super happy to have it done, because there is rain coming now before the week. I think Friday, Saturday, Sunday is to be wet, before drying up again next week, and hopefully then next week we'll get our wheat done. So yeah, jobs all getting done bit by bit, and yeah, delighted with that. Yeah, that's really it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't already subscribed, don't forget to hit the sub button, leave a like the video, comment down below, all those kind of things all help the channel, so if you can do that, I'll be grateful to you. Next video is going to be on the 3650. I was hoping of something happening at the weekend, didn't materialise, but there will definitely be a video up now. Today is Wednesday, so probably maybe Friday or Saturday around that time for the weekend we'll have a video up. So until then, see you in the next one.